Minister, investment funds are increasingly buying up properties in Ireland, such as the recent purchase of 46 houses in Belcamp Manor, Dublin, for over 21.5 million. The government's 10% stamp duty on bulk purchases introduced in 2021 has proven insufficient in curbing this practice. This motion proposes a higher stamp duty rate on home purchases by investment funds. However, careful implementation is needed to avoid distorting the housing market and deterring other institutional investors. We, the Rural Independent, call for better regulation of these funds, as their profit-driven approach is exacerbating the housing crisis by driving up rents and making housing less affordable. The problem we have I suppose, throughout this country is the planning system in this country, and it leaves a lot, Minister, to be desired. I have people all over my constituency come to me every weekend or ring me and tell me they can't get planning. Young people trying to start off in life and they're out on their own. They're not asking for any social housing. They're just simply asking for the right to have planning permission, and they give maps and they get very little consultation between them and the planners. They're told you can't because there's cluster development, so they're stopping all farmers' sons and daughters from building now because they're coming up with different excuses. Your connection with the locality, even though you want to work and live in the locality, or you're coming out onto the main motorway, the N71, you can't have planning. I had one situation last week where there's a golf course. It's all right, maybe for 200 cars to come out of there, but this individual wants to build a house there and he has one car and he can't come out, and maybe his partner will have another car and 2 cars, but 200 might come out on a fine day. And on a wet day, there might be no one coming out that roadway. It's insane, the amount of genuine people that are being, their livelihoods and their dreams and hopes are being dashed and destroyed by planners who have built into county development plans, who are now anti-development county development plans. That's what they are. There's no development in a lot of county development plans, and you've got to look at zone lands and low density.
Well, Deputy, sorry, to be clear, county development plans are adopted by councillors, not by planners. They might be written by planners, but they're adopted by councillors.
Yes, indeed, that is the case, Ciancora, but the problem is councillors have little or no say in what's going on now.
And they have if they wanted to use it.
Very little. It was well weakening in 2014 to 16. I had a hell of a job to push through things, but nowadays it's getting less and less. And if you fight for extra development in one area that might be needed, it'll be taken from another area. These are all new tricks that are after coming in to county development plans and making it impossible for people that want to get going in life to get going. But look, they're very much, as I said, anti-development. Zone lands are now, where there's housing desperately needed, they're being zoned in low density. So you have situations, and I know it in Clonakilty and places like that, where there's a desperate need for housing. And people that want to build beautiful homes for people are not being allowed to do that, only in a low density situation where it wouldn't make a pay to build a house at all. So you're crisis after crisis. You see the schemes that are out there at the moment, scheme after scheme, the criteria is set so high nobody can get. And then you have the situation where people are losing their homes with banks and vulture funds. You know, there's so many situations. The system is built against the ordinary people.